Don in London, hello. It's March 24th, 2010. My video is all about recovery from addiction to either a substance or behaviour. And it could be both. For me, the substance was alcohol, so I'm an alcoholic in recovery, one day at a time. And my behaviour could be equally addictive to work, relationships, materialism, collecting, anything to try and fix myself so I felt right about me and life. And these days I've realised that trying to fix myself in any way to make myself feel right is not the answer. The key these days is simply to be feeling as I am in the moment of now. That is, understanding what my feelings are, how am I feeling, why, what can I do, so that I can make some choices or understand and accept that some things take time. So it took me quite a while to become an active 24/7 drinker, if you like, 35 years, to absolutely understand that drink was a fix for me. It changed the way I felt, changed the way I behaved, formed my attitude and behaviour. So these days I realise it's much more in my favour if I don't drink one day at a time, and I try not to fix myself with a palliative, that is, something outside me. So I've had to take some medical advice and some medication for inflammation caused by a fracture in my foot, and my head says I don't want to take medication because that's fixing myself. Yet I know the consequences are difficult because I can't do anything if I don't take the medication, and the medication is there for a purpose. It's to stop the swelling and the inflamed tissues around the bones which are mending in my foot. At least I hope they're mending, and I'll know more on that in a little while, another week or so. But this is about recovery. Well, recovery and also life happening as life is. And as you can hear, something's going on outside. Not quite sure what it is. It sounds like they're collecting bottles next door from the restaurant. A constant reminder of what I used to do to myself, to drink myself into a stupor most of the time, find oblivion, to take the edge off my life, because it became intolerable. I spent a life trying to look right, and realise now it's better to be right, no matter what it is, to be right in my understanding of me, what is going on around me, and to face reality. So for me, reality is my spiritual connection to life, living in the now. Spiritual is as good as it gets. It's never better than or worse than anybody else's. Spiritual life is recognising what is going on around us. And I think, like most people, I strove for a spiritual understanding which was greater than anything, not realising I'm living it, no matter what it is. Spiritual can be denial of reality as much as acceptance of reality, because it's what we're doing, and either we're learning from it or we're hiding from it, or doing anything possibly about it. It's all spiritual. So what helps me keep sober one day at a time? Well, if it wasn't for family, community and professionals, I wouldn't have had a moment of clarity. I wouldn't have been loved enough to actually make it and find a way forward which would help me, once dried out, find sobriety, much more preferable to being drunk or fixing in some way. A shallow life, not cherishing, not understanding, and being very superficial, and probably indifferent to myself and others as a cause, or as a consequence. So what helps me? A fellowship. And that fellowship is AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. And what it's helped me do is develop my own unique, authentic path in recovery, living my life. And this is the gift. Everybody remains on their unique, authentic path in fellowship. Yet we have this one similarity. Yeah, we have this one similarity. That is, to be sober. And that's it. A desire to stop drinking and stay stopped as best we can. So fellowship is what I talk about here a lot of the time. I'm not a spokesperson for the AA fellowship, never can, never will, never want to be. It's for unique, authentic people speaking for themselves where they choose. And there go the bottles. My constant reminder of where I live. And it makes me smile most of the time. I don't hark back and think, my God, I had a wonderful time. Although I did in some occasions, but I can't replicate it again. It will never be the same. So, what is AA? I share about this, and also the daily reading from the Daily Reflections. And the AA Statement of Intent, or AA Preamble, shared at every meeting, slows me into the moment of now. And it goes like this. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. So, in essence, this is like a little mini-meeting, because that AA preamble, which is on that card, which you can't see too well, is shared at the beginning of every meeting, and then we probably have a reading and then somebody shares. So, the daily reflections for today, I'm having a good day so far, even though there's bottles and noises off. This book, Daily Reflections, it covers the 12 steps of AA to change my attitude and behaviour on a daily basis. I can always restart my day at any time, knowing where I am and what I can do given my circumstances. So it's a bit of a reality check on a daily basis of what is possible. And March is all about step 3, which is letting go and letting good things happen, letting people in to help us, or letting a higher power help us. And I have so many higher powers in my life, I couldn't count them, and it's just the way it is. I learn wisdom from everything. So I'm not the host of wisdom, I'm just the receiver of wisdom, and I share it as best I can. So for March 24th, all about letting go and letting good things happen, it says here, active, not passive. Man is supposed to think and act. He wasn't made in God's image to be an automaton. Before I joined AA, I often did not think and reacted to people and situations. When not reacting, I acted in a mechanical fashion, as I had been taught to or learned. After joining AA, I started seeking daily guidance from a power greater than myself, and learning to listen for that guidance. And often that comes through our good conscience and what we hear from other people. Then I began to make decisions and act on them, rather than react to them. The results have been constructive. I no longer allow others to make decisions for me and then criticise me for it. Today and every day, with a heart full of gratitude and a desire for God's will, which is for me seeing the truth of now and responding accordingly, to be done through me, my life is worth sharing, especially with my fellow alcoholics. Above all, if I do not make a religion out of anything, even AA, then I can be an open channel for God's expression. And for me, that is actually understanding that God's expression is understanding the truth of now, the reality of now, not my version, not what I think is an automaton or responding or reacting in a mechanical way. It's actually feeling and thinking about what is going on today. So if I don't make a religion out of anything, including AA, then I can be able to express what I know or receive from others, sharing experience, strength and hope. And this is the greatest gift for me. AA is a fellowship. It doesn't have any affiliation. It encourages us to be unique, authentic people, with this one similarity, a desire to stop drinking and share a message of hope. So at the end of these videos I always share the serenity prayer, which is to God or good conscience, to truth, love and the wisdom of others, what we learn. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to learn the difference, or know the difference, and accept the difference, and live the difference, just for today.